Welcome back to California Cooking. It's that time of year when football, baseball, and basketball are all on TV. So I'm getting you guys ready with a few game day recipes. And Clippers first round pick Kobe Brown joins me in the kitchen to make a Southern style chicken dish that reminds him of home. And while the chicken's cooking, I may have challenged him to a little game of one-on-one. Hi, Kobe. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. You're so sweet to come and cook with me. And it's funny because obviously he's not on a ladder and I'm, in my sneakers, but 6'8"?
Yeah, 6'8".
Are you used to, like, when you walk into places, do you have to sometimes duck?
Yeah, some places.
Do you
yeah.
really?
Not a lot, but some places.
And
yeah.
on an airplane?
All the time, yeah.
So welcome to LA.
Thank you.
How's it been so far?
It's been great. The weather's great.
Yeah.
People are great.
First round draft pick with the Clippers now, and was that, like, leading up to that, do you have kind of, was it dreams of playing in LA? Was it kind of one of those things, like a surreal moment to hear you're gonna be coming to Los Angeles and play for the Clippers?
Definitely. It was a dream to make it to the NBA in general.
Oh my gosh,
And
right?
then-
Yeah, let's start there. Just
Yeah.
making it to the NBA is like 1 in a million.
Yeah, and then just being able to come to LA, the other side of the country.
Yeah.
You see all the movies that happen in LA, all
Right.
this stuff. So it's just cool it's crazy that I'm living here, and
Yeah.
I think about it all the time, but I'm just happy to be here.
You're named after Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
right? Which is also a cool thing. So as a kid, you grew up in Alabama,
I did.
right? When you watched the NBA as a kid, what was your inspiration? Who were you? Obviously, probably your namesake. You were
Yeah,
watching
that
Kobe.
was definitely Kobe, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was a Kobe fan growing up, and then when he retired, it was just like, I didn't really keep up with any specific team. I was just watching at that point. So.
Wow. You went to school in Missouri.
I did.
Yeah, and your dad played basketball or was a coach? Is
Coach.
that?
He's a high school coach
Okay.
in my hometown.
Is that where you learned the game from? Dad, or is it just kind of this natural ability that you have?
I would say more so from my dad. He introduced it to me at a young age,
Yeah.
and then I just kind of ran with it. So
Any brothers and sisters?
I do. I have a younger brother who plays at Missouri now.
Really? Would it be a dream to play together in the NBA?
Oh, definitely, definitely. It was a dream to play with each other in college
Right?
at Power 5 level, so that was cool.
The thing about playing in LA, celebrities go to the games.
Right, right.
Is that, like, who would you love to see sitting in the stands? Who would you freak out
Probably like
if you saw?
Denzel. Yeah.
But see,
that's my
this is
favorite.
a possibility.
Yeah, I know.
Playing in
yeah.
LA, like Denzel could be in the stands one night.
Yeah, that'd be
Wow.
cool. Definitely got to meet him at some point.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be awesome. And I hear you cook.
Grill.
You
Yeah,
grill.
yeah,
So
yeah.
grilling is your,
Yeah, I'm outside. Yeah.
okay. Now, do you have like the smoker? Do you have,
So yeah, I
whole
had a
thing.
smoker in college, and I actually have it here with me. But
you traveled with your smoker?
they shipped it out here.
So chicken on the smoker, is that your, like, what's your go-to?
So I don't make a whole lot, but like chicken, burgers, hot dogs. I've tried a steak. It was all right.
Okay,
It
okay.
was very well done though, so I probably wouldn't try that again.
But I bet this made you popular in college, though.
amongst my
be-
teammates,
right?
yeah, and my roommates,
Yeah.
yeah.
You, being from Alabama, like, this sounds kind of like a home cooking kind of like feeds the soul dish. Okay, who made this in your family? Did you, or is this something just familiar to
So like my mom or dad mostly,
you? Yeah.
grandparents sometimes.
We're gonna grill indoors today.
Okay,
So I
that's
got the
fine.
grill pan
Okay.
going. So let's do the rub, because to make meat taste good, it needs to have a rub on the
Right.
grill especially.
Okay.
So we've got our thighs and breasts, skin on, because that makes it taste better. Over here, I've got our rub. Do you measure? I'm not a measurer
No,
person.
I
I just
normally
don't.
Yeah, I like
Right?
eyeball it. Yeah.
Yeah, I eyeball it too. I'll just do a bunch of salt,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
right?
Some smoked paprika.
I got some garlic powder. I'll do like the same amount. I'm saying like fat tablespoon kind of.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna do some black pepper.
Got some organic onion.
I thought, you know what? Because all good barbecue rubs have sugar. Because sugar just does like a magical thing. So we got sugar, and that's kind of it. So here, mix that up, Kobe. And then I'll let you massage the chicken. So I've got over here, I've chopped up already a bunch of collard greens. So I washed them and then I just pulled the thick stem out and I'll kind of chop that up because collards can be tough if you don't kind of cook them down. Also, which I love the idea of fresh ginger in this recipe. So there's fresh ginger, a bunch of garlic, right? And I've got some bell pepper and some onion. So I'm gonna do peppers and onions. I'll get some salt. Now, are you a spicy guy? With a lot, right?
Yeah, I like spicy food.
I'll do some pepper. So we don't burn our ginger and our garlic, because if you put it in first, it would burn, right? So I'm gonna add a bunch of ginger and a bunch of garlic. Because Kobe and I don't measure.
No.
So I'm just throwing it in. I'm gonna give you leftovers, Kobe, and take back.
Okay.
Take home. Let that go for a minute, and then I'm gonna put the greens in. Turn up the heat, and these wilt down so much. Like really, you could do like a pile this big and it would melt down to nothing. So we'll just let this go, and then you, Kobe, are gonna do the grill. Maybe I'll just drizzle a little oil on our chicken so it doesn't stick, and I'll let you go for it. There's your tongs, perfect. And then we'll just let everything go for a little bit. Okay, chicken stock, and that'll just help wilt the greens. It has so much more flavor. I think it'll
Probably tastes better.
taste so much better. And now we wait. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay,
All right.
Kobe.
Yeah.
I want this in my driveway
Yeah.
every day.
I think I want one myself.
Right?
So.
Wouldn't this be fun? Okay, when you go to like an arcade, do you just nail this game?
Oh yeah.
You do?
Yeah. This is probably the only game I play really.
Go one-on-one against a housewife? Well, you saw what happened with Terrence.
Yeah, I was gonna say you beat my teammate, so.
So, you never
Who
know.
knows? Yeah.
I could surprise you. Okay, Kobe. We hit the green button and then we see how we do.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Let's do it.
While our chicken cooks. Okay, ready, set, go. Come on. I need more speed. Okay, I got a little rhythm. No!
I don't think the ball is coming quick enough.
I'm even too short for this. I'm on my tippy toes.
Oh.
It's got to have been a minute.
Oh, yeah, so.
Okay.
I got a 32.
31. What?
Wow.
I'll run for your money.
Definitely.
31 to 32. Oh my gosh, that was fun though. And I think I need to keep this.
Yeah, I would.
This is a party trick when people come over. Thanks, Kobe. Let's
No
go
problem.
eat. Put it in the oven just to finish it. Because sometimes when you grill, it can burn. So you gotta finish it off look at that. Doesn't that look good?
Oh, it looks really good.
Doesn't that look good?
Yeah.
And then our greens and our peppers and our onions. Let me serve you up a bowl. I'll give you some of that. And chicken. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Good?
Really good.
Good. Okay, to go.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Okay, enjoy. At least you got dinner. Dinner's
Yeah,
done.
yeah. Dennis, yeah, definitely. I'm about to eat this tonight, probably tomorrow too. So, thank
Bye,
you.
Kobe.
Thank you.
Coming up, an Italian sub that's going viral on social media because it's crazy good. Plus, melt in your mouth Philly cheesesteak sliders. Then, French onion dip meets potato skins. That mouth-watering recipe coming up later on the show. It's everything I want while watching the game. An Italian sub with all the fixins, but this variation of the popular sandwich has gone viral on social media. Take a look at how it's done. I'm telling you, when it comes to game day food, nothing beats a hoagie for me. I love luncheon meats and all the toppings, and it's salty and it's vinegary and all the things that I happen to love. But I've been seeing this trend online on Instagram where you take all of the things you love, maybe about an Italian hoagie or sub, and you chop everything up together and then you put it in the sandwich. And why would you do that? Because you know when you're eating a sub and you want all the bites to taste this, you want all of the good stuff in every bite? Well, this is the way to ensure that you get all of the good stuff in every bite. So I'll show you how we do it. But the first thing is first, good bread, a good proper hoagie roll. And I'm gonna put them in the oven, and I want them to get a little bit toasted up. You could do butter, olive oil, but I want a little bit of crunch on my hoagie roll. Drizzle of olive oil or butter, whatever you have. Butter's probably better, but I don't have melted butter at the moment. And just a little bit of garlic. Give it a garlic bread kind of thing. Put these in the oven, let them toast up. This is where things get serious. So the whole idea is you put everything on your chopping board, a big cutting board, and you just start hacking away, like Edward Scissorhands or something. So the first thing is some good old iceberg lettuce and some spinach. Now I'm sneaking in some healthier ingredients just so we get some good stuff in here too. So I've got some spinach. I'm actually a little nervous about this one because I hope we don't make a huge mess, but we might. Green pepper. So green pepper, all the things you love in an Italian sub. So it could be anything you want. We've got some red onion, some tomato. Let's do a roasted red pepper. We've got salami. What do? You just throw it on the pile. Some roasted turkey for me, a little bit of turkey. Provolone cheese. Let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slices of provolone. Oh, our pepperoncini. Love the pepperoncini. Oregano, like they do on your Italian sub. Some red wine vinegar, olive oil. So right now, 2 knives. And I really feel like I've just seen people go to town on it, but I'm gonna just start doing this and see where we end up. And then you just keep, maybe one-handed. Chop, chop. You want little bits. So this just becomes basically a filling for your sub. The chopping's done. So into a bowl. That it just took a couple of minutes, but it took some elbow grease. I think you could do it in a food processor, but the tomatoes you might want to add those towards the end, but I think a couple of pulses could do the trick. To our mixture, my favorite condiment, mayo. I happen to love yellow mustard. Do whatever you like. You could just do olive oil and vinegar. Stir your condiment around. And then last but not least, a little bit of avocado. Just dice it up. And I'm adding this at the end because this really could get too mushy. And now we're ready to fill our subs. We have our toasted buns, and you just fill these up. And now every bite has everything in it. How's that for a hoagie? Oh my gosh, these look so good. Messy, very messy, but worth it. I feel like this might be a bib kind of a situation, but I've got some chips, salt and vinegar. The first bite's the hardest. Oh my goodness. You'll need a napkin. So good. Coming up, if you're a fan of French onion dip, you're going to love my French onion potato skins. Plus, score points at your next game day gathering with my at-home Philly cheesesteak sliders. That's coming up next. There is nothing better than eating potato chips and French onion dip while you're watching the game. But here's an elevated and irresistible twist on this classic favorite. Take a look. I happen to love potato chips and French onion dip. That might be my guiltiest of guilty pleasures because I could eat the whole bag and the whole tub of dip. I also love potato skins, which is a dilemma. So then I thought, what can I do to combine both of those things that I love so much? And I'm gonna try a French onion potato skin. So the first thing we gotta do is saute those onions because you want them really almost jammy is kind of one of the ways to describe a good sauteed onion. So I don't cry, I'm gonna just put them in the food processor. Here we go, onion going in. Yes! But this is so much faster than chopping. So 1 large sweet onion. Okay, so that, we're gonna saute that on the stove. And really good caramelized onions take a little while. The other thing I did with a big pot of salted water is I boiled tiny little potatoes. So to give it more surface area, what I'm gonna do with these little tiny potatoes, you boil them until they're pretty much done, and then you smash them with a glass. So you almost have a big thick chip. And then you're gonna put these in the oven at a high temperature and get them nice and crispy. To that, I have some melted butter and olive oil. Mix your butter and your olive oil, and you just wanna do this to get them nice and crisped up in the oven. And then some nice coarse salt. These go in the oven, get them nice and crispy. At least, I would say 425. In the skillet, we've got some butter, tablespoon or 2, and then I'm gonna add a splash of olive oil so our butter doesn't burn. Get our heat up, and all of our onions go in. And now we just let these go slow. You don't want them to brown, you want them to slowly caramelize. Takes a little time. Salt, pepper, and just let these go for a little bit. All right, crispy. Look at that. Like a thick chip is perfect, just what we want. And the little ones really cook up quickly. So what I think I might do is remove the little ones and let the thicker ones go a little longer. So our onions are starting to melt down, but to help it along, I have some beef stock. Now, you don't have to use beef stock, obviously. Beef stock, though, is what is used in French onion soup. So for that reason, I'm gonna add a little. I happen to have some white wine open. You do not have to do that. You could just use some water to help things along. So totally whatever you have on hand. And just let that bubble away. So I just decided to add a little bit of fresh thyme. If you have it, again, if not, it'll be just fine. While our onions are cooking, I'm gonna grate some Gruyere cheese to put on top. And this is the cheese that they use in French onion soup. Okay, we're getting close. You want all the liquid cooked out. And then to that, just a clove or 2 of garlic right at the end. And then I'll show you how we top them. Now to top our crispy little potatoes, 2 are caramelized onions that have a little bit of beef stock, wine, thyme, garlic, some sour cream. This gives you that French onion dip feel that I was going for. So stir in some sour cream. Now we take a little spoon and we top our crispy potatoes with our onion mixture. Now our Gruyere on top. This is a lovely little appetizer too, even for a cocktail party or holidays. This is kind of a fancy game day snack, but really just potatoes and onions. And there's nothing that fancy about that. Okay, now you pop it back in that warm oven and melt the cheese, and we're done. Bubbly, cheesy, oniony. I have some chives. Just a little sprinkle for some green. They're hot. Oh yeah, look at that, yum. You want these to cool down just a touch before you go popping these in your mouth. I'm gonna try one. With the creamy onions, the sour cream, the potato, it's like the best French onion potato chip situation. Here's one last game day recipe that you gotta try. It's the most iconic dish in Philly and the perfect comfort food while watching the game. Even if you're not an Eagles fan, you're gonna love these Philly cheesesteak sliders. Start by getting the most flavorful steak from the grocery store. Yep, you guessed right, it's a ribeye. Make sure your ribeye is ice cold, and then with a sharp knife, cut it into super thin slices. I like my Philly cheesesteak with peppers and onions, so chop those up next. Then, to flavor up those buns, coat the top of them with melted butter, sprinkle with garlic powder, and warm them up in the oven so they get nice and toasty. To add even more flavor, cook your ribeye slices in butter and oil until browned on both sides. Remove your steak and add your onions and peppers into the same pan, add Worcestershire sauce, and keep cooking until the peppers and onions caramelize. Now it's time to assemble our sliders. Add a layer of American cheese, then pile on your mouth-watering steak, peppers, and onions. And top it off with a layer of provolone cheese. Cover with foil and bake for just a few minutes in the oven to get everything all gooey and melty. And there you have it, game-winning sliders that'll make you the MVP of your party. For the game day recipes we featured today, you can follow us on Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. I don't want to burn you.
The grease pop. So good.
They're like, Kobe's out next game because he burned his hand on the grill. See, here's the thing. I'm out of breath. You're not. That's how sad it is. Okay. Okay, this is... no! Okay, I'm coming alive here. But I'm not conditioned. I'm not like,
I understand.
you know,
Yeah.
NBA ready.